How's it going, YouTube? This is Strange AI, and today we have a PSA return. This is number 27 on the list. It's been a little while since we had a PSA return here. Been about a month. I haven't been submitting quite as much, even though I said I was going to submit about 800 cards last month. I had a little bit of a dilemma, and this was the sub. This was like basically the return that kind of cued me in on it, and I want to go back through most of the stuff that I condition scanned and, well, recondition scan it, because the market's changed, things have changed in general, prices have changed, and I want to make sure what I'm sending in is worth it. That means basically picking out stuff that there's a lot of stuff right now that's you're better off selling raw than you are selling graded, even if it grades like an 8 or a 9. You're just thinking about time and the effort, and then also, I mean, you're investing capital in grading it instead of just selling it raw. So a lot of things kind of like made me want to change my mind and make a different decision, kind of choose a different path. And yeah, this sub was probably like the big kicker for it. A lot of good grades in here. A lot of wishy-washy grades. I mean, honestly, I didn't intentionally do this in the front, but you can even see the different, like what I'm talking about here. We got a 6, a 10, a 6, and a 9. Just stuff's all over the place, and it's not PSA. I mean, this was completely my fault. Like, there's definitely some grades in here that are, like, I looked at the card, and I'm like, why would you, what are you doing, man? What are you doing right now? So, yeah, 100 cards. It's about $1,500 in grading fees. Their shipping did go up, it seems like. Shipping was like, it's been like $80 or $90 to have a sub ship back insured lately, which, I don't know, seems a little high, like considering shipping costs have kind of come down since the COVID era a little bit. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's an expense. It's part of business. So, you know, I'm not really too concerned about it, but just definitely kind of noticed it for sure. But yeah, 100 cards. Let's jump into this one. The way this usually works is I'll pick out my top 3 favorite. That'll be your thumbnail. And you would have seen that already, obviously. And the stipulation is it has to be a PSA 10. And that's because, not because PSA 10s reign supreme, but simply because if I picked based on all of this, each time when I get a sub back, if it's the same era, I'm going to pick the same cards. So by adding a little modifier there that it has to be a 10, it makes me choose from a different assortment each time I get a submission back. So, yeah, we'll pick our top 3. We'll set them out, and I'm sure we'll get some stuff swapping in and out, because honestly, there is a lot of stuff in here that I really like. So, yeah, let's jump into this one. Oh, also, I posted a video yesterday for the auctions for this weekend, and I put like in the title something about this isn't whatnot, sorry. And, dude, I got so many dislikes on it. It's insane. I lost like 2 subscribers. I was like, oh man, there's some salty people in here that I must have offended. So, well, if you're, I mean, I guess they're not still watching. I was gonna say sorry, but I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, let's jump into this one. I'm going to swap this around. I have these kind of lined up the way I want to list them when it's time. So I'm going to try and organize this the best I can so that they somewhat remain that. I'll go there, and there we go. All right. So first up, we got cards from Shining Darkness. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, we can definitely zoom in some more. Got to give you guys This is a fantastic card. We got Bennett from Shining Darkness. Absolutely beautiful card. But we got the PSA 6 on it. And again, when I kind of turned it around, I can already see the corner neck down here. Some of this stuff is from when I was condition scanning back in like 2016, 2017. I know that sounds crazy, but legitimately, a lot of this stuff is. And yeah, I think I was using too much emotion back then, so this would have been a card I'm like, yeah, like I'm definitely going to keep that. Well, I was keeping everything in a 10. If I didn't have it, I kept it in a 10. That's just how I operated. And I think sometimes I let my emotions get too far into it, which is something I don't do now as a business owner. And I'd be like, oh, well, maybe this will get it, so I'll throw this into the sub. And of course, well, this was probably a maybe, and it's a maybe not. But this is a fantastic card by Saito. Fantastic artwork. I don't think Bennett gets as much love as it deserves, considering, I mean, it's a ghost type Pokemon. I don't know. I really like Gengar, don't get me wrong. I'm a Gen 1 person, but I don't understand why some of the newer ghost types don't get as much love, because honestly they're very unique and good art, or good sprites. But yeah, PSA 6. So is what it is. Again, I'm not salty about it. This is my mistake, if anything. So and here's another example. We got the PSA 7 on the Shining Darkness Bulbasaur. It's like I got some condensation on here from the heat coming off my hands. I actually don't know what happened with this one, but again, I mean, based on what I was seeing on the other ones, looking at it, and you guys are going to see it better than I am on the video. I mean, I see the corner nick there. Yeah, again, this is what kind of drifted me towards, hey, we need to reevaluate some of this stuff before we send it in. Raw market is booming. Graded market isn't doing bad, but there's definitely been a change. We got Charizard, Shining Darkness Holo 7. Mew, PSA 8. Absolutely love this card. Looks like we do have a swirl there. We got the orb there. Yeah, I keep seeing this card lately because I condition scan a bunch of them going for auction. This is probably one that's definitely going to fall into the collection at some point when I grade a 10. We got the Shining Darkness Flygon, PSA 8. Swirl up there. Again, when you start seeing these sets, like each set that I'm going through here, you're going to see the weaker grades first. So don't just think like they're all stacked together like that. Everything's sorted by set and by grade right now. So it's going to build up to the top grades in each set as we go through them. We got the Arcanine from Shining Darkness 9. I'm starting to realize that Saito did a lot of artwork here, as I'm noticing this is a Saito as well. Definitely like that Arcanine. Arcanine has a lot of great cards. We got the Ho-Oh PSA 9. Graded so many of these. I've graded way more 9s than I have 10s, that's for sure. We got the Charmander 9. Like this one with the whatever's going on here. I don't know, like, is he using Ember? Maybe. His tail, I don't know. It's a good artwork. It's just, I mean, tell me the story. What happened? We got Jumpluff 9. Again, in my opinion, kind of an underrated Pokemon from Neo, but I mean, you guys know I say that just about every Pokemon. Like, I'm trying to hype beast pump everything. But, I mean, that's not the case. I just like Pokemon, believe it or not. It's crazy, I know, right? It's crazy to actually like something. We got Entei 9. Ooh, nice swirl on this one. It's a shame that one didn't get the 10. Ooh, what if there's a swirl on the moon up there? That would be pretty sweet, right? Graded so many 9s of these, too. Graded a good amount of 10s of all the legendary dogs from Shining Darkness, but also a lot of 9s. We got the Charmeleon, PSA 10. Since this is our first 10, and I actually really do like this artwork by Nishida, we're going to put this one down here on the top 3 list. And next up, we got the Ivysaur as well. I'm upset that I didn't grade the Wartortle as well, but I'm pretty cool to have them, all 3 of them. But, you know, it is what it is. And this is a good artwork by Jimeno, so we're going to throw this one down there as well. We got Cresselia. Level X, Moonlit Pursuit, we're into now. PSA 8. Nice roll on this one. I've had a tough time grading these, too. And it's weird that all my Moonlit Pursuit cards, I think, if I remember right here, all got 8s. So we got the 8 on the other Cresselia, the Holo, which has a fantastic Holo foil pattern, as you can see. We got the 8 on the Mewtwo, which is also great artwork, but you can't really tell what's going on because the background's so dark. And then we got the 8 on the Blaziken, which is also a really good artwork by Jimeno. All right, moving on. We got Secret of Lakes. Again, you can kind of tell what I meant by wishy-washy grades. I mean, we're just kind of like up and down here. We're like real low, which you're going to expect like a 5 or a 6, couple here and there in a submission, but they're definitely more 5, 6s, 7s than what I would have liked. I mean, 8s, that is what it is. But like when you're starting hitting 5, 6, or 7s, you got to start questioning what you're submitting for sure. But we got the Secret of Lakes coming up next here. We got the PSA 6 on the Typhlosion. Definitely not my favorite Typhlosion of all time, but not a bad looking card overall. We got Dugong. Again, I mean, when you're submitting stuff like this, getting 7s, this isn't uncommon. You know, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, guy, what are you doing here today? Because it ain't nothing good. But nice artwork. Nice. A lot of Fukuda in here, too, I'm noticing. We got the Lucario Level X, PSA 8. It's a good card. Azelf, PSA 8. I really like the Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie from Secret of the Lakes, the Hollows. I think they did a really good job, which looks like we might have all 3. I see the Uxie up next, but this one has a swirl there, I think Diamond and Pearl is definitely a little bit underappreciated. I think I saw... I haven't watched the video, and it's terrible. I haven't watched the video in a while, but I'm subscribed to SM Pratt's Patreon. And, I mean, obviously it's a pay thing, and that's why it's stupid that I haven't watched the video for a while. But I saw a thing there that he posted the video, and it said that Diamond and Pearl, why Diamond and Pearl era is mid. And I was just like, nah, man. I think you got a bad take on that one. I didn't watch the video. I got to watch it, see what he actually says, but I thought that was a bad take. I think there's a lot of great stuff in Diamond and Pearl. I don't know how this is mid compared to, especially some of that. I mean, I don't know. We won't go further into it, but that's just my personal opinion. But we got the Uxie, PSA 8. So we're on this one as well. Gyarados, 8. This is a great one, too, with him popping out of the water. This is a Rita, too, which is kind of crazy. I don't know. I don't really get a Rita vibes from this, but it's definitely a good Gyarados. Man, if that had been hollow, oof. This one, too. Oh, man. We got the Crobat 8. This is such a good artwork. I probably showed this off numerous times in the past before, but I don't know. I just think this one's super good. There's a lot of Crobat cards out there, actually, that have, like, multiple Crobats in them. I know, just off the top of my head, was it Split Earth E-Series card? That one has a bunch of Crobats in it, and I think there's a couple other ones, too. But, man, this is such a good artwork. This is Fukuda, too, right? Yep, Fukuda. Yeah, just, I don't know. This one's tough. Alright, zoom me back out. Alright, yeah. We got the Mesprit here then. Yeah, PSA 9 on this one. Got the orb, got everything going on here. It's a really pretty card. Got the Alakazam, 9, using Barrier. Sudowoodo, PSA 9, rare from the set. I really like this one by Nishida. I don't know. I think Sudowoodo is a good Pokemon too. Like, that was like the craziest thing in Neo when you would water the tree and it came alive and you're just like, oh my god, like, what is this? Like, what is this? This is so cool. I definitely used Sudowoodo for a while. I don't think I went to the Elite Four with him, but definitely I think rolled with Sudowoodo for a while. I might have rolled. I don't know. I played a lot of Gold and Silver, and I probably did a lot of playthroughs. So I'm sure at least one of them I took Sudowoodo to the end. But I think, what, did he come at level 20 or something after you watered him? Is that what you caught him at? If that's real and that's actually the level, that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing that I remember that, or if that's useless information I've stored. I'm not exactly sure. We got the Magikarp in a 9. This is what, Yusuke Kimura. Yeah, this person definitely didn't do a ton of artwork. This is a very comic book-esque feel to me, at least me personally, but definitely not a bad artwork. We got the Exeggutor 9. Another Fukuda artwork. Fukuda must have been working overtime in Diamond and Pearl. Like the happy face there from the Exeggutor. He's like, hey, I'm the left side guy, but I'm happy. And then we got the Ninetales 9, another great artwork here. This one by Saito. A lot of really good rares, just like regular rares in the set. I mean, a lot of artwork, good artwork all together, but I think people, the non-holo rares, I think people kind of just brush over a lot of times, and there's a lot of good artwork there. And obviously they're technically a rare, so I mean, it's not like it's as easy to acquire as a common, uncommon, etc. But yeah, definitely good artwork there. All right, another stack here. Ooh, actually, even if there would have been more cards down, this one would have been going in there. We got the Spheal Bleele. We got the happiest Spheals in the entire planet, all gathered together on this lonely rock. And this is King Spheal. PSA 10 on this one. Absolutely great card. I'm very tempted to keep this, but then I'm like, why am I keeping it type thing? Like, and that's where you gotta, when you're really trying to keep your collection condensed to what's important, it's like, yeah, like everything's awesome and I would keep everything, but like, why would I keep that? But this is close. This is tough. I guess we'll see when it's time to list this. I'll either slip it in the safe, or I'll list it and be sad. But I love this artwork. It's so good. But yeah, we're gonna put this one as the number 1 for sure right now, and then Charmeleon second, Ivysaur in third. It's kind of funny. It's like Ivysaur, Charmeleon, and then Wart. Oh wait, Spheal. All right, next up we got Chikorita, PSA 10. This is a good one too by Himeno. I mean, it just feels very, I don't know, just feels elegant. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. Probably not, but the rain's falling. Chikorita's happy. Yeah, good card. And then this is another one where I graded 2 10s of 2 starters, but not the third. I didn't get Totodile, but we got the Cyndaquil also in PSA 10. This one by Fukuda. This is a really good artwork too. He is lighting it up, that's for sure. What else is going on in this one, actually? Is it just like sparks, or is he lighting stuff on fire? Is he in a cave? Like, every card could tell a story. I wish I knew like what the inspiration for a lot of these artists is when they do this stuff, but I mean, obviously that's something you'll never know. I mean, are they given like a script in a way almost, if that makes any sense, to like, hey, like this is why you should portray this? Are they given free will, like free reign to do whatever they want? I don't know. It'd just be interesting to know. All right, next up, we're moving on to Dawn Dash. We got the Gardevoir Level X in a 9. Kabutops in a 9. All right, this is a really good one too. I like the showing that he's like the movements of the scythes. Another Saito artwork too. Got the Articuno in a 9. Another Fukuda. It's like Fukuda, Saito, and Himeno. That, or I'm just like picking, like those are the cards I like to grade because I like those artists. I don't know. I'm subconsciously doing it. Who knows? We got the Espeon in a 9. Not a Saito, Himeno, or Fukuda. We got Kimura. I was going to say, I didn't even remember. Just said it a second ago. Didn't remember. Oh. Losing my mind. All right, we got Glaceon Level X 9. Graded a ton of these in 10s and 9s. Cannot be too upset about that. I mean, they've done very well for me picking these up. I love these cards too. I have one of these in my collection too. That's right. I think one of the ones I showed live here from a return. It's a 9, but it has like a swirl right where the breath is going, and it just looks perfect. And I'm not usually like a swirl guy. I know, like I call them out a lot. It's just because I know it seems like a lot of people like that kind of stuff out there. But me personally, I don't really look for that when I'm collecting stuff. But it was just the perfect spot. It popped, it made sense, and I was like, all right, this one's going in the collection. All right, we got the Moltres in PSA 9. Beautiful Himeno. I love this card. I have a 10 of this up for sale in the store, and that one was in my collection for the longest time. I'd graded that way back in like 2015, 2016. I'm pretty sure it was Pop 1 when I originally graded it, but just a fantastic artwork. We'll do a little zoom in on this one too. I think it deserves it. Yeah, again, non-holo rares from this era definitely do not get some of the love that they deserve, for sure. All right, we got Flareon, PSA 10, Rita artwork. It's kind of cool, like, he's standing there and the snow's melting and then the vapor is coming off of his skin as it cools, or his fur as it cools it down. I don't know. Just a cool concept there. Nice 10 on this one. Don't think, yeah, I like better what we got up there right now than that, so we're going to roll with what we got. We got the PSA 10 on the Trico. This is kind of a cool one, too. Another Saito. He's cruising through the treetops, living his best life. All right, next up, we're moving into space-time creation. We got the PSA 7 on the Infernape level X. A swirl on the side here. Okay. We got the Empoleon as well. Again, didn't grade the Torterra. I don't know what I was doing here. But we got PSA 9 on the Empoleon. Nice orb on this one for sure. Really pretty artwork. Shizuru. I do like the level X's from Space Time, but I definitely like the promo level X's and the other level X's from this era of the starters better. Which, it's usually how it is. The first set you don't usually like. You don't usually... That first set in every era seems to always be kind of like vanilla, I guess, if that makes any sense. We got the Palkia, PSA 9. Nice swirl on this one. Beautiful foiling altogether, to be honest. We got the Lucario, PSA 9. Ooh, this is a good one. This one probably doesn't get graded too often. We got the Machamp in a 10. Another Himeno artwork. Himeno seems like she was doing the same thing here. We got the trees in the background. I think the Moltres kind of had the trees in the background too. It was like sunset. Again, like, that's what I mean. Like, it'd be kind of cool just to, like, what was the motivation? I would think as an artist, like, yeah, you've done so many cards, but there's probably certain cards where they know, like, what their motivation was at the time. But, I don't know. I like that one. No, not to switch it out yet, but I like it. We got the Infernape. PSA 10. Again, I mean, this is kind of what I mean by vanilla. I mean, even just the holo rares of the three are kind of just not bad necessarily, but definitely not as good as some of the other ones. And I think we'll actually run into some of the promos and stuff of Infernape from this era as well that I'm kind of talking about. Ooh, this one we'll be swapping one out. We got the Gengar from Space Time, also by Himeno. He's just chilling on the stump. It's absolutely fantastic artwork. I think we're going to knock Ivysaur out. We're going to switch Charmeleon to third. And we're going to keep Spheal in first. Spheal's he's going to maintain the lead because it's just, yeah, that's too good. All right. Secret of the Lakes. Or excuse me, not Secret of the Lakes. Temple of the Angers up next. We got Azelf level X in the 6. Again, this is one of those ones where you're like, what were you doing? Although, I will say, stuff like this, like level X's, you know, vintage EXs, secret rares, all that kind of stuff, there's definitely a different level of, definitely a different mentality going into it as far as, like, if I'm going to grade something or not. If I see something that may be, like, just off, like, I feel like it could get a 9 or a 10, but then it could also, like, if they perceive it to be, you know, bad enough, could get a 6 or 7, 8, whatever. A lot of times I'll go in favor of submitting it, depending on which Pokemon it is, and that's just kind of how it is with the bigger hits from the set, from the sets. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things I can't really explain to you. Just, when I look at the card, it makes sense. That's the best way I can describe it. And I know that doesn't help you at all, and I'm sorry, but that's just how I operate. We got Houndoom, PSA 9. Saito. Ooh, apparently my kid is, I think he just said that. That's pretty cool. He's just starting to talk now, so he's talking a little bit late. He's talking at about 3 years old, and I don't know. It's like I feel like I've been waiting extra long for it, and when he says words, you're like, dude, this is so cool. Any dads out there, you'll definitely get that. If you're, you know, dealing with younger children that haven't talked yet, like, you know, you're anticipating that moment. And then it's probably gonna be one of those things where at some point my kid doesn't shut up, and then I'll be like, man, why was I waiting for him to talk? But we got Blossom, PSA 9, Nishida artwork. Kingdra, 9, another good holo rare here. Ooh. Yeah, I think this one might have to knock somebody out. Yeah, all right. So we got the Shedinja from Temple of Anger and PSA 10. I'm a huge Shedinja fan. Really like Shedinja. Wish there were more Shedinja cards. And I will say I do prefer Shedinja when it's in the Psychic type, considering it's supposed to be like Bug Ghost. But I ran Shedinja in the game when I played, And I don't know, I just love the concept. I've talked about it before. Just the fact that, like, it's a bug ghost is cool. And then on top of it, like, the way that you get Shedinja with the empty slot in your party, and then the husk of the essentially cicada or Nincada in this particular scenario, and then that's like you get 2 Pokemon out of 1. Like, I don't know, I just think that's super cool. So yeah, we're gonna keep this one in 3rd, but we are gonna throw Shedinja down here to take 3rd place. Really like that one. Sorry, Charmeleon, you're great artwork, just not today. We got Deoxys, PSA 10. Just in the standard form. I like the twisty arms, the DNA strand. Alright, we got 2 more stacks to go here. I think that was the last Temple of Anger. Yeah. Alright, we got... Oh, come on now. Alright, we got Drifloon. Stormfront's next set up here. Again, this is the Secret Rare Shiny with the Sparkle foiling. You guys should know by now, if you've been watching the channel, that I really enjoy these. Have these in... Some of these in my collection. And I'm thinking potentially about doing a PSA 10 set. I've been thinking about it for a little while, but not exactly sure what happened with this one. It looks pretty clean overall, but there's probably just a mark somewhere, and you guys will probably see it before. Yeah, it looks like there's a little indent in the top. An otherwise very clean copy of this, which is usually tough to find. I've graded a couple 10s of this, 9s a bunch, so, you know, having a failure, quote unquote, isn't really that big of a deal. Looks like Gengar has a hair on him. Can't be having that. Alright, another, like, hey, what are you doing moment. Like, why am I grading this? This one I think was real bad, where I was like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, look at this. Like, what are you doing, buddy? Oof. But we got the Torterra from Stormfront, PSA 6. Great card, just unfortunate 6. We got the Heatran Level X, PSA 8. I like the Stormfront Sparkle. Ooh, look, it's like kind of like brightening up the flame. Yeah, we like that. We got the Yukimori Larvitar in a PSA 9. If you don't like Yukimori, I don't know what to say to you. I don't want to say I'm ashamed of you, but I will tell you to question your decision on that one. We have the Duskull from Stormfront, PSA 9. Graded a bunch of these in 10 and 9 as well, so again, I can't be too upset with a 9 on this. Have one of these in my collection as well. Another Gengar. We got the Stormfront Gengar in 9, doing a little water walking with the moon. This is a great artwork by Kusajima. Gyarados in a PSA 9. Harada artwork. Just realized there's another... Oh, that's his tail. I was going to say there's another fin there. Like, it's kind of weird, though. Like, that's, like, the fin that's on the head of, think of, like, Mega Gyarados, if I remember right. But I assume, like, that's supposed to be his tail coming out like that. I was going to say it's another Gyarados on the prowl, but, yeah, that makes sense. Got the Charmander, PSA 9. Again, this is, like, the... I call them Secret Rares. I don't know if that's what they're technically called, but it's got the white rarity symbol. It's technically a common, but I mean, to me, like, these are Secret Rares. That's just the way I see them. Anything in these, the shinies, these, anything from with this foiling from these sets, in my personal opinion, is a Secret Rare. But yeah, PSA 9 the Charmander. I can't be upset about that. There's anything with that foiling, again, that's another, you know, beating a dead horse thing where you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times, but they're just tough to grade because of the flaking you get on the front. We got the Infernape from Stormfront, PSA 9. When I was talking about better Infernapes earlier, I do think this is better than the Space Time, but this isn't in particular the one I was talking about. We'll see those a little bit later, I think, in the promo section. We have the Dusknoir Level X 9. I like the fact that, so, like, his belly has, like, a mouth, and then, like, so, like, it's, like, eating the card, which I think is kind of cool. I thought that was a cool concept. Nice art by Shizuru. do have a couple 10s here, but I don't think any of these are going to dethrone what we got. But I do really like, we got the Scyther here. Who did, oh, this is Arita. Perfect. Perfect. I can't say Arita's my favorite artist, but definitely Arita just always kind of does solid artwork. It's kind of tough to say, hey, I don't like that Arita artwork. Which, there's another one. We got the Giratina, PSA 10. We have Rapidash, PSA 10. Suwoma Chiyoki. This might be the second 10 of this I've graded, which is funny to think, but... we got Charmeleon. We got the 10 finally on one of these. It's been a while. I think I've graded a 10 before, but this is... It's been tough. A lot of 9s on these, which, I mean, it makes sense, but finally graded a 10 again, and feels good. All right, moving on to the Cry from the Mysterious. We got the Vileplume. Another Himeno artwork. I mean, I just feel like I'm being super repetitious. Is that a word? There's a lot of repetition going on here, but am I being repetitious? It doesn't sound like it's actually a word. Maybe it is. I'm just not smart enough to know. But we got the Vileplume. Again, and it's Himeno, and it's just a great artwork. But, I mean, apparently I had heard from somebody that Diamond and Pearl was mid, but I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I believe it. We got the Rhyperior, level X, and a 9. Using, I would assume that's like Rock Blast. We have the Mesprit, level X, 9. Ooh, and these two are gonna, it's tough. I can't swap them out for this, but these two are gonna be runners up for sure. Like, and even like this third one too. So we have Groudon and Kyogre here from Cry from the Mysterious, both in PSA 10, both sequential. I think that kind of boosts it. I don't know why I like these. Kenetsuna, and we got, what is this? Kazuaki Ahihara. I don't even know. I know who Kenetsuna is, but I don't know who this one is. They have a very similar style, and it's nothing crazy. Like, these are just, like, they're just rares from the set. There's nothing crazy going on in this. I just think that because we have the Groudon and the Kyogre in non-holo, like, I think I like that there were a lot of legendaries in non-holo rare from this era. And I don't know, I just really like these two. And some of you are probably like, man, those are some of the blandest, most vanilla artworks I've ever seen of those two. How could you like those? And, you know, you might be right, you might be wrong. But here, another Nishida artwork. We got the Bellsprout, the most powerful Bellsprout that's ever lived. PSA 10 on this one. Again, it's tough for me not to want to swap the Shedinja out, but I think for me, like, it's a tie in the artwork, but I like Shedinja more, so we're keeping it. But, man, look at that Bellsprout. He's flexing, man. Oh, it's so good. Oof, here was a rough one. And you know what? I'm going to call it right now. It's a corner. Yep. And we're just gonna call myself out on this one on being extremely lazy, because I remember putting this submission in and actually seeing this corner and just not wanting to deal with it and just pushing it through into the form and into the package, and out it went, knowing that it was gonna get a bad grade. And if you want to call out laziness, right there, that's what we call laziness. But PSA 5 on the Giratina. It doesn't change that it's great artwork, but you want to talk about wasted money? I mean, right there. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. Here. All right, so we were talking about better Infernape artworks. Right, here's one. And the foiling on these is absolutely insane. As you can see, we got this from the Dialga half deck. Fantastic Saito artwork. I mean, this goes crazy. Absolutely love this card. We got the Palkia level X from the Palkia level X constructed deck. PSA 9. Very pink hue to Palkia. Mewtwo level X from the Regigigas level X half deck. A lot of half decks going on in this one, in this era. PSA 9 in this one. And then we are down to our last stack. If you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, it's been a little while since we did a PSA sub. definitely feel like the channel has been getting, it's felt a little businessy, if that makes any sense, which I am a business, so I mean, that makes sense, but at the same time, it's just kind of the content I've had. We're doing the auction series now. We're doing the, what did I buy series. Like, a lot of these kind of have a very, like, oh, buy for me type feel, and it's not really what I'm going for as far as the vibe, so I hope you guys don't feel that way. Don't ever feel like I'm trying to get you to buy something. That is going to be an inevitable part of this, and it is a benefit to doing the YouTube channel. I'm not going to, deny that, but I'm having fun making this content. The content itself is enjoyable for me to make, so, when you're watching this stuff, don't think that I'm out here like, oh, like, don't think I'm putting on a facade for you to buy things or just pressuring you into buying things. Like, that's just not the case. I don't know why I felt the need to make that clear. And I've said it before, but I feel like when I look at the videos in line of what's, what I uploaded recently, I'm looking at it right now, actually, because I have it up on the computer screen. It's like, we got the, what did I buy videos, and then, like, the weekend sales recaps, and it just, it seems like a lot of dollar and cent signs when in reality, like, I mean, it's good content. People do like the videos, but I don't know. I don't want everybody to think that that's all that this is about. So, spoke my piece. You heard it if you watched this far in, which, it's only like 3 of you at this point, but yeah. We got the Gliscor from the Heat Ran Half Deck, PSA 9. Got the Mewtwo Level X from the Mewtwo Level X collection pack. Although, like we just saw, there is a Mewtwo from the Regigigas Level X collection pack as well. Yeah, this is a good one. Nice 10. I've graded a ton of these in 10 at this point. Another good Infernape. We got the entry pack, PSA 10. Again, another one with the foiling that goes absolutely crazy. Absolutely love this card again. I mean, maybe it's more because of the foiling, but it's just kind of how I feel about it. All right, we got the 10th movie commemoration promo set here coming up. We got a couple from this. We got the Deoxys, or Visitors Deoxys, PSA 9. We have the Tree of Beginnings Mew, PSA 9. Ooh, I think it's kind of hard to pick up, but I think, maybe, I was going to say, I think that's a swirl, but I can't tell. It's a good looking card. And of course, I think Himeno did all this because I think it's one big picture that's just broken up. We got the Crystal Towers Entei, PSA 9. See, this one's tough. I kind of feel like I want to swap this one out because I really like this. But we got the PSA 10 on the, what's this? I don't even know. Like Wave Guardian something Lucario something crazy. But I don't know. I really like this artwork. But swirl in this one. Imagine if the swirl was in the middle of his little Aura Blast or his Kamehameha. It'd be pretty sick. But I really like this artwork. It's kind of tough. Do we swap this out? No, I think we keep the Shedinja. All right, next up we have the Chimchar Fan Club 10. This is another one that I graded a ton of in 10, and also these cards have seen spikes going way up to probably where they were selling for $200-300 in 10. Down to the point where I think the lowest available for one of these right now in a 10, when I looked last to price check, just because it was recent, was like $50-something or $50 even or something crazy, which is wild to me. But yeah, that's where the market is right now, and supply and demand, and reigns supreme. We got the Turtwig, PSA 10. Also, we got the big old swirl on this one. Ooh, if this one would have hit 10, this would have definitely taken top spot. But we got, I've talked about it numerous times as well, like how 10th anniversary promos are some of my favorite. The Bulbasaur is my profile picture for YouTube, profile picture for my eBay. It's probably my favorite card of all time, and a card that I chased for a long time to get in a 10, just because originally, before the boom, nobody was grading that stuff, and it was just real tough. It took forever. I'd offered like $500 or $600 back in like 2015, 2016 for that card in a 10, and nobody could provide it for me. So, But yeah, we got the 10th anniversary Charmander. I know it just kind of looks weird, like it's a Yukimori like clay figure, and it's just in a Pokemon Center. But I don't know why I like these, but I absolutely do. I have all the 10s in my collection. They're some of my favorite cards. They're actually cards that I actually keep on display. And I love the Pika stamp. I'm missing the Bulbasaur, but I have all of the plushes from this as well, including this Pikachu with Pichu with the, is it with Pichu? I guess we could zoom in, right? Yeah, it's with Pichu. Yeah, I have the Pikachu with Pichu, that same exact symbol there, but like they did these in plushes, and I have both of them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a nerd for these, I guess. All right, we got the Turtwig McDonald's promo from DPP PSA 9. World Hobby Fair card exchange Chimchar PSA 9, also DPP promo. I think that's what all these are here at the end. We have the Shellos DP card exchange 9. Very dark background on this one. Is it Sugimori? It is Sugimori. Chimchar Meiji Chocolate promo, PSA 9. It's pretty good artwork. It's a Menno. I hope Himeno and all these people got paid what they deserved. I mean, there's another Himeno right here. What they deserved in this era. But considering this was during, like, the U.S. recession, and I don't know if Japan was in a bad spot during 2007, 8, 9, etc. I would have to assume they probably didn't. But hopefully they're getting paid what they deserve now, because they did a lot of good work back then, and I mean, honestly, all throughout the TCG. We got the Monferno. I don't know what I just said there, but PSA 9 Meiji Chocolate promo. We got the Shining Darkness release Motham promo. PSA 10 on this one. I really like this. And what do you know? Fukuda. And then following up, we're jumping into Himeno. Got the Gliscor, Cry from the Mysterious, Temple of Anger, Special Pack 10. The Giratina. Again, another Himeno. Real World's Giratina, Collection Challenge movie promo. PSA 10. Ooh. So this is gonna be, yeah, I can't swap this one out. But this is definitely a front runner. This is a really tough grade. We got the Chimchar Hollow from the Beginner's Classroom, Diamond and Pearl thingy. I don't have the exact event specifics offhand, but these are tough to find, gradable, and extremely, I think, low pop. I haven't checked on this one, but I would assume I would think it's probably sub 10. Maybe it's not anymore, but I'll do a check later. I'm kind of interested myself, but these are tough grades. These cards aren't usually cheap in really good condition. I mean, when I say not cheap, probably like you're not going to find one for under like 20, 30 bucks. Like it's probably going to be closer to like 50 usually, but yeah, I don't know. Big pumped on grading a 10 of this. Would definitely like to grade the other two in 10 as well. All right, and then we got the Lucario Level X promo. I want to say this is like Space-Time Creation release, since it's real low number. Definitely pumped on grading this one, and I'm actually going to swap this one out for the Shedinja because I really like this one. But yeah, this is pretty low pop overall. Probably one of the priciest cards that I graded out of this entire submission, at least list price. But that's yeah, that's a cool one. Ooh, and I like that. You can see the hollow in his eye too. That's super cool. Good old Ryo Ueda. Did like almost every like EX from EX era. We got the Turtwig World Hobby Fair DP card exchange. I think there was the Chimchar earlier too, but PSA 10 on this one. These kind of cards, I'm sure, again, are low pop. I mean, maybe there's a ton of mint ones out there, and I'm just the only idiot grading them. But yeah, I mean, they're as of right now, you know, fairly low pop. And then we got the Cherim DP card exchange hollow, PSA 10, really pretty one here. I think there's a swirl on this one too. Nice, nice. And lastly, for this submission, we have the Leafeon Winter Challenge PSA 10, and I graded this and the Glaceon sequentially, both in 10 a while back, and tossed them into the collection just because I really like this. This is from the same thing that the Mysterious Pearl is from. I guess these were like participation prizes. I don't exactly know how it worked, but I just think they're kind of cool, unique promos. Do a little zoom in on Leafeon walking on the tree in the forest. Fukuda did it, obviously. But nah, I just really like this, and I like the Glaceon as well. But yeah, guys, that about does it for this submission. These are my top 3. I know it's crazy. We got Spheal on top. These are my top 3 as far as PSA 10s go from this one. We got the Spheal Bleele, Secret of the Lakes 10, got the Gengar, Space Time Creation 10, and then we got the, again, I think this is Space Time Creation release promo, or like special book promo or something. Definitely low pop on this one, the Lucario Level X. We got the PSA 10 on that as well. Yeah, it's top 3 for this one. If you guys want to pick your top 3 and post in the comments, go for it. I'm always curious to see what you like the best. But yeah, fun one here. Again, first PSA return we've had for a while. There'll probably be another video next week or potentially the week after, and then after that it's going to be a little bit of a dry spell again for these. Should be more PSA submission videos then in the next coming like 3 weeks to a month. That will be something happening as I get through this stuff and reevaluate my my raw supply. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't. But either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.